Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, I'm up. I'm around. Rick, I'm out of the food coma, but just barely. Just barely. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to a live edition of the JP Peterson Show. Yes, we are live. Barely live. And in studio here. Made it all the way to the studio today. I'm very proud of myself because we got a very special. I thought to for you guys, just to give thanks to all of you. I love you all so much, all the Petermans. I thought I'd show up here live on Friday with Timmy. Timmy was going to do a live show, and I said I can't let him go by himself, right? So good morning to you. Happy Thanksgiving, Timmy. Hope you had a good one, my friend. How are you?
Still recovering from an evening at AT&T Stadium, a raucous evening at AT&T Stadium, where I spend all of my Thanksgivings over the last, good God, I don't know how many years. But good
That's
food.
Right. You're always there, right? That's a tradition unlike any other, right?
Unlike any other, the Lions and the Cowboys. But yeah, we got fed well by Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. And I was in a food coma. I think the entire 40-minute drive home from the stadium, I was in a food coma, and it was late. We hung out late as we usually do at that thing. But we had reason to celebrate. So look out, Cowboys in the Super Bowl. The Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl the next 5 years. It's happening.
How about them Cowboys? Beat the Eagles and the Chiefs. The two Super Bowls
over the course of 4 days. Yeah.
Who had that on their bingo card? Not me.
Nobody.
Well, I guess it shows if you make a few moves to improve your team during the season, it can help.
Yeah. How about that?
Jason Light.
We got a defense.
Hello,
now.
Anyone home? Jason? Anyone home? He'll hate me for that. By the way, I'm going to do a shot with you this morning. With you this morning. Yes. In honor of Jason Light.
All right. Well, I don't have one prepared, but I'll get my coffee here.
That's
not a real shot. Put some vodka in there.
Energy, extra strength. It's extra strength, vitamins, nutrients, caffeine, and sugar.
What flavor is that? I don't mind the 5-hour energies. I like those.
Same flavor as all 5-hour energy. Ass.
Oh, see it. Get the berry, man. The berry tastes great.
What was this? This tasted something like watermelon.
Oh, gross. Yeah, you got to get the berry. Just the original berry.
Watermelon actually wasn't that bad. All right, now I'm ready. Boy, that hits fast. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Didn't it? Wow, that felt good. Maybe it'll get rid of this freaking internet lag we got going, but hopefully it'll catch up. Hope you guys are hearing the show well. Thank you to all your Petermans. By the way, giving thanks to all of you Petermans that have been making this show such a tremendous success that it is. And we really appreciate you guys. I guess Rick is the only one in this morning and Buck's Basement. So thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Rick says, is this live or is it a food coma? It is a food coma. Yeah. And he also says, I need to help Alex Golesh, spelling, move to Arkansas. Well, according to Kalshi, is that the new thing? Kalshi, is that the new, am I saying that right? Kalshi?
Yeah, but I don't know why we're talking about that. Why are we doing this?
95% going to Arkansas.
Why do we give Alex them any publicity?
I don't know, because that's where I saw it somewhere. They say 95. I don't want to say it. I'm going to attribute it because these USF people just get all over me. They say he's moving to Arkansas. The intelligence that I have says basically, as USF people say, well, you have no intelligence. But that's okay. It looks like he's gone to Arkansas. And, I mean, why wouldn't he? It's an SEC job. It's generational money with your buyout. Go there for 2-3 years, win, lose, draw, whatever it is. You'll make more money than you'll ever make in your entire life. So congratulations to Alex Golesh. Well, premature, I'm sure.
Yeah, don't announce it yet.
If that is what you decide to do, Alex, good luck to you. And
bitterness there, I think.
Suey pig. No bitterness at all. I'm happy for him. And I'm happy for By the way, is that Jerry Jones? Is he the one chipping in the money to make all that happen?
Oh, he's one
Is he
of them. They
active
got a
within the
bunch.
Razorback NIL community?
He is very much so. He had everything to do with Sam Pittman getting hired in the first place, and then he had everything to do with Sam Pittman getting fired in the last place. So, yeah, if there's a coach
Can
being
you win
hired,
at Arkansas?
What's that?
Can you win at Arkansas in the SEC?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean, if you can win at Ole Miss.
I mean, you haven't, but you can.
No. I mean, if Lane can win at Ole Miss, can Alex Golesh win at Arkansas?
Sure.
Allegedly?
I would even guess that or pose the statement that it would be easier to win at Arkansas than at Ole Miss.
Why is that?
I just think it's a more prestigious it used to be a more prestigious program than Ole Miss. I don't know that that's the case anymore, but historically I think it was.
Have they ever won anything?
I mean, they won a lot back in the Southwest Conference days.
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Jerry Jones, Barry Switzer, Jimmy Johnson were all part of the 61 or 62 national championship team back in the day.
You just said 1961. Lord, that was before I was alive. So
Is it though? Is it?
Yeah, actually. So that's a long time ago.
I mean, look, we're about to talk Florida State and Texas A&M basketball here in a little bit.
Right.
The last time Texas A&M beat Florida State was 1956. So I was going to ask you if you were there. I figured you were in school then, right?
That is very cruel. Very cruel. I'm getting the old man jokes now. Well, by the way, Ashley was very upset at you.
I don't know what I do now.
She said, where are you at the Thanksgiving table of the Fan Stream Sports?
Hey, I did not make that. Don't look at me.
Thing.
That
wasn't you?
I didn't make that. Josh made that. That wasn't me.
I
didn't know why I was at the head of the table. That confused me as well. I said that should have been
what the hell's going on with that? And I'm not even in the
tab for everything.
What the hell's that? I was in the individual pictures, but not unless there's one guy on the right-hand side that looks nothing like me.
That's supposed to be you.
That's supposed to be me?
Sitting right across from Mike Fisher. Yes, Cowboys own Mike Fisher.
You're fired, Josh. You're fired.
His little AI tool, yeah.
Would you maybe put that up there so the folks can
But I was down there with, I don't know if I even have it. I was down there with Orestes, though. Me and Orestes down there talking baseball at the head of the table.
I like that part of it. Yeah. That was our Thanksgiving gift to all of you. Yeah. Probably hurled after you saw that for sure. Rick did say something nice. He said, thanks for working today, gentlemen. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, right. There's a few of us. There's a few of us working, if you can call this work. All right. Yeah. But so, by the way, Luke Loucks is going to join us. He's kind of the main reason we're in today, to be quite honest with you, because it's the only day we could get him on live. So the new Florida State coach is going to join us around 11:30, maybe a little bit earlier, but we will see. They're doing a shoot around at Benchmark International Arena right now. And then when they're done, they're going to pick up the telephone and hopefully get us on StreamYard, and we'll have Luke Loucks on. The pride of the Clearwater Tornadoes, by the way, grew up right here, was a kind of a big deal here in Tampa Bay at Clearwater High School, and then went on to Florida State and became their. I did not know this. He is the leader in games played, because he started as a point guard as a freshman at Florida State. I think he played a lot as a freshman. So 136 career games at FSU, then went on to play in Europe, NBA Developmental League, then coached and won 2 NBA championships with the Warriors as their developmental coach and assistant coach there, and then went on to the Sacramento Kings, and then was hired by the new head basketball coach, which was a bit of an out-of-the-box hire, no question about it. Never been a college coach, never been a head coach in the NBA. But so far, so good. They're 5-1. And their only loss came at Gainesville to the defending national champions in a game that they were up by 5 points, I think, with 7 minutes to go. So they played some really good basketball. By the way, shout out to USF yesterday. They got a big win down at Atlantis, a little overtime win. They were trailing most of the game and then came back and won. Who's that? VCU they played? I believe it was.
I believe so.
So, yeah, Brian Hodgson off to a great start as well in his first year. That was a nice win for them. So they're playing really good basketball. I'm very interested to see how they're going to play through the American this year. That's going to be fun to watch. There's actually some college basketball. I've not been, I was a huge fan for most of my life. I fell away. And then the last couple of years, I've kind of come back to it. And, the great storylines with Luke, the Gators winning the national championship last year, USF getting a new coach looks very promising. So, yeah, there's reasons to pay attention to college basketball now. So I'm all in. All right, we got a lot to get to here today in terms of news. And did a little bit of work yesterday just in terms of calling around and talking to people. Waiting on some text back this morning, so we'll see what happens. But the betting markets, okay, out there, all in many reports, but not the biggies. Pete Thamel hasn't reported this yet. Brett McMurphy hadn't reported it yet. It's not been finalized that Alex Golesh will be the next head coach at Arkansas. So we don't know. We don't know. It has not been finalized. It might be 90%, wink, wink, USF folks, but it's not been finalized. It's not, and I won't dare say it. I will say this. It appears like USF is planning on making or having to hire a coach. That smoke is kind of in the water. Smoke in the water? Smoke on the water?
Smoke in the water.
Yeah, smoke in the water. So that's kind of smoldering out there. Where are they going next? And if I may, if indeed Alex Golesh were to move on to Arkansas, I think a very interesting candidate is our own good friend, Anthony Becht, who is very much interested in becoming the new USF head coach. Obviously has had great success in the UFL, XFL. What are we calling it, Timmy? You're the expert.
It's the UFL now.
UFL.
United Football League, yeah.
What do you want? 2 championships? St. Louis? And then was in the championship game, right? 2 or 3, I think. Extremely. And if you think about it, that dynamic of the XFL, UFL, scouting players that aren't, anybody can tell you Micah Parsons is going to be a really good football player. Go try to put together a team of guys that aren't in college and aren't in the pros and successfully do it and consistently win games.
Hey, JP, real quick.
That's
real
coaching.
Quick.
Yes.
Real quick. We need to clarify. He has not won any championships in the UFL or the XFL. He's been in it twice.
I thought he did.
He hasn't won, huh?
Oh,
I just don't want that going.
I don't want that division then.
Yes, I don't. I just don't want that getting back to Anthony. He's like, "What are y'all doing to me over here?"
Well, he's been very successful, is my point.
So he has been one of the mainstays in the league since it was the XFL in 2020, right? To the transition to the UFL, and they are at the top of attendance in St. Louis every year. They are at the top of the standings in St. Louis every year in whatever league they're affiliated with. So, yeah, your point is he's a hell of a head coach, and he deserves a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you look, and you can expound on this more, Tim, because you're more familiar with the league than I am. But it is, you have to have a great eye for talent because you're looking at all the tweeners, right? And you're bringing them all together in a very short space of time, teaching them. Training camp, I think, is maybe a month. And you're bringing together a whole new group of players every year. So you've got to go out and procure new talent every single year, bring them together cohesively, teaching them and developing your players and winning games. And also, that's managing games, calling plays, winning games. That's a big skill set. And then you also throw into the fact that he's, 13 years in the NFL, a former number 1 pick, has been involved with the game. And not for nothing, he kind of developed this one kid called Rocco, his son, into being the great, statistically the best quarterback in the history of Iowa State. That's not too shabby. So he's done a lot. And obviously lives here. And I think it would be a very, very interesting candidate for USF. Somebody's going to hire him, and I think he's going to be a really, really fast riser through college football. He understands the NIL. He's extremely prepared. He sent me a whole Excel sheet of how his whole setup is going to be. Has his staff already in place, and it is a bunch of really, really, really good coaches who know how to teach and win. It kind of gives me a little bit of a younger Kurt Signetti vibe. where he's really buttoned up, knows exactly what he's doing, who the coaches are going to be, what the system's going to be, how he's going to do it, how he's going to get it done, what the budgets are going to be, all of that. It's all, here it is. This is my plan. Very impressive. And if you've ever met Anthony, he's the alpha dog, right? He is the alpha dog. He's a big mofo, number one. He kind of gives me Elko vibes, to be Elko's, Brett Key.
Sure.
Just a big dude who's been there and done it, commands respect, and knows his shit. I mean, just knows the game. And I think would relate very well to young players, obviously, with his, and having been around, watching Matt Campbell tutor his son at Iowa State. I mean, he's been around it, knows it, coached it, all of it. And I think he would be a fantastic candidate. A bit out of the box. Obviously, you're looking for somebody who's been in college football, but is this college football the way we've known it? No. It's a rapidly changing environment that is going to demand a plethora of skills by a head coach that I just listed, and someone who's been doing it at a high level. And I think they're hard to find, number one, and I think Anthony's going to be really, really good. So that's just one.
And you've got to find somebody who can handle, I mean, honestly, the pressure of following Golesh, right?
Yeah. There's a little bit of that.
Yeah, because I mean, he's had pretty good success there, and you're going to have to follow that, and that's a kind of a pressure laden situation there.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, and this is if Alex goes, and just reading the tea leaves, it's an SEC job. He's done a great job here. You do not begrudge him for leaving. You do not, that's just, although I know a lot, and it's weird. It kind of feels like the entire fan base is either half the fan base is get the hell out of here. The other one is, I can't believe you're doing this to us.
Come
on. They're already mad at me. So what the hell? It's just, this is the way this is big time college football. And this is the way, unfortunately, it was always going to go. If Alex had great success, somebody was going to come get him. And that's why you say thank you for elevating our program. You did a great job. You left it in a tremendous place. We can now pick it up and run with it and take it to the next level and get into a P4 conference, whatever that's going to look like in the coming years, and get into the game. The bottom line is USF has always been in the group of five or group of six, whatever the hell you want to call it now. And that's where they've been. Although when they were in the Big East, it was you were kind of there. There's some good programs in there, but that was still kind of like a basketball conference. So there's been pockets of success, but you've got to get into that and take that next leap. And I think with Derek Brooks and Rob Higgins, and Rob put something out yesterday that I thought was really good. It's basically like, hey, yes, there's a lot of stuff out there, and Alex is been very transparent and told us that he's looking at other jobs. We don't know what it is, but if he does take that job, we're in great position and ready to move on. And that's leadership.
Yeah,
that's
how about Rob
leadership.
Addressing that? Yeah, like that. Yeah. That's a little ballsy, to be honest with you, in that business.
Yeah, and I think if you're a fan of, you're like, well, thanks, because normally what happens? Everybody goes into a bunker in this. You don't hear anything from anybody, and I like the transparency.
Yeah.
Here's the actual tweet. I'll read it right now. Rob said, and this was yesterday, he said, since Saturday's game, Coach Golesh has been presented with outside opportunities that he has been transparent about with us. We are respectful and supportive of Coach and his family and their decision-making process. Great. We'll remain in constant communication, Bulls Nation. Rest assured, we are ultra prepared for every scenario that could unfold in the coming hours and days. Our commitment and investment has never been higher, and we're also laser focused on being great stewards of our resources. Most importantly, The future of USF football has never been more bright. Go Bulls. When have you ever seen a athletic director / CEO put out something like that? I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It's unexpected, for sure.
And I'm thankful. Transparency is a wonderful thing. And I'm shocked that more people in powerful positions don't get that. Because a lot of what they do is patronizing. They put out cryptic things and act like the fans are stupid. And it's not just in sports. It's pretty much across the board in politics. Like we don't know what's really going on. Or they just stay silent when the chaos is just reigning. And that leads to what? Rampant speculation of all kinds of shiz that's going on. But if you're transparent with your fan base, number one, I think they really appreciate it. Number two, and this is important, builds trust. Builds trust. And that is extremely important in any relationship, where it be fan base and CEO, wife, husband, whatever, kids, dad, whatever. Transparency builds trust. So I appreciate that, Rob. And again, they'll be able to have a really good shot at I think getting some very talented coaches to come to USF. I think it is a absolutely burgeoning program right now with the new on-campus stadium coming. It's fantastic. So if you're USF, I would not get pissed off about anything except let's go beat Rice, have a crazy good senior day, and see where it goes from there. Now, this is the other part. Byron Brown. He could opt for the NFL, which honestly, I think in this quarterback market might be a pretty good idea. I don't know about you, Timmy, but I don't know what this quarterback draft class is going to look like. But there's certainly nobody in it that, I don't think Fernando Mendoza is really doing it for me. I think he's good, but I don't know. I don't know if he looks like a knock 'em dead NFL can't miss quarterback. And he may be at the top of the list. I don't know.
Well, I think everybody's got Dante Moore at the top from Oregon. Now, as it is now, at least that's everything I'm seeing. But Mendoza's certainly second. Ty Simpson at Alabama, probably third. Lenora Sellers and John Mateer, their seasons, well, especially Sellers, his season's gone to crap, but I still think he's highly regarded in the draft.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't know about Mateer, though.
But again, it's not a loaded class.
It's not. And I don't know where he would rank with these guys. I haven't seen his name on the rankings that I've gone and looked for.
He's a bit of a project in terms of him throwing the ball, but he's a talented kid. And I honestly, if I were him, I'd stay one more year. And obviously, he has no idea who the next quarterback or next coach is going to be, or if it's Golesh. If Golesh stays, I would 100% stay one more year in that offense.
Does Golesh take him with him?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I mean,
Arkansas needs a quarterback. Fans are talking about.
They need a quarterback.
Yeah, and if he does, I know it's going to set off a firestorm for USF fans. But it's part of the business.
I mean, we're dealing with that right now, JP, here in North Texas. The Mean Green are losing Eric Morris to Oklahoma State.
That's right.
And everyone is, even though there's been no announcement because there can't be, but he's taken Drew Mestamaker with him. And everyone's freaking out in Denton.
Well, I don't blame him.
You should be.
Yeah. But freak out in a way of like, damn, that sucks for us. Not like, how could you dare take our quarterback? Yeah. He's not your quarterback.
Don't get angry about it.
Yeah. It's like, no, this is business. The rules state that they are free agents. If you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at the people that effed up college football. not Byron Brown and not Alex Golesh. They don't make the rules. And if you were in their situations, you'd do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
No, it sucks to be where, first of all, it sucks to be where FSU is right now. Having a coach that nobody in the fan base wants, but you're stuck in this buyout, terrible coaching market. You know, listen, I feel sorry for the University of Florida. You bought out your coach, and this coaching market sucks. Everybody's re-signing. Drinkwitz re-signed yesterday at Missouri. Who's out there? If you don't get Lane Kiffin, what's next at UF? And I don't think you're getting Lane Kiffin. Could be wrong. Well, not me. Everybody else thinks he's going to LSU.
Yeah.
I don't have any insight into that, as far as you know.
I mean, that's where his daughter's boyfriend goes. So, you know. Yeah.
Well, it worked for Carson Beck, at least for a little while.
Jeez.
Follow the boyfriend and girlfriend drama, and then you'll figure out where people are going. So, listen, and UF, if they don't get Lane Kiffin, what a crappy situation they're in. Now you're going to go hire another Billy Napier and be in limbo for another 3 years. College football has never been in a worse administrative position. It's complete chaos, and it sucks because these really good programs are just going to lack consistency. I guess if you're a fan of parity, that's a thing. But with the logistics now and the infrastructure in college athletics, it's literally the freaking Wild West. It's total anarchy. And that's not good. That's not good. You know, you've got these ridiculous buyouts that are crippling Florida State and some other programs that may want to fire their coach. And the ones that do fire their coach and pay these tremendous buyouts are in bad situations, or can be in bad situations. Like if you're Texas A&M, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just print the money. Just comes out of the ground.
Comes out with the oil.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it is what it is. So look, I think Alex is probably gone, and it's a next, who's next, and hopefully. And if he leaves, I don't really see Byron Brown sticking around. I don't know. We'll see. Derek Brooks and Rob Higgins could be pretty damn convincing and figure out who the next guy is.
If North Texas loses Drew Mestamaker with Eric Morris and going to Stillwater, you don't think they're going to make a play for Byron Brown to come to North Texas?
Well, sure they are. I don't know why they would leave USF to go to North Texas.
I don't either. Money. Money.
By the way, how the hell can Eric Morris find Drew Mestamaker and Mike Norvell at North Texas can't get a quarterback?
Drew Mestamaker was never a starting quarterback in high school, right? Or middle school.
I know. All the more reason, why, FSU, if you'd have called him, I mean, there's a list of about 50 people that FSU didn't recruit that probably would fit that bill. Yeah, Mike Norvell has no idea how to identify what a good quarterback looks like, which is why hopefully they'll get a GM and personnel people that will take that away from him as well. It's a terrible situation at Florida State. There's no question about it. There's no other way to slice it.
Does he have naked pictures of somebody's wife?
No, it's just it's a money situation, and I think it's also a timing situation. And I think they're smart in this way that. And again, FSU, Michael Alford you're forced into these huge buyouts and contracts. That's not something that he did by choice.
Yeah.
It's the way the game is played. And it's a horrible, horrible part of this whole process, and it needs to be corrected. Because without that, Norvell would be gone. There's no question about that. And so how to use those resources? Well, you go get a new GM, use more money for players, keep building the program, try to keep the recruiting class together that Mike's put together. It's not terrible. And you move forward as best you can and hope that, as quickly as it went south and he fixed it once, maybe he can fix it again. bring some more people in. Hopefully Gus will leave and take a head job somewhere. We can bring in a real offensive coordinator with a real offense that young players want to play in. There's a pathway to something that could be optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see what goes on.
And you and I said very early on in this process when it looked like Norvell was going to be gone, you don't fire a guy just for the sake of firing a guy. You have to have a better option in place. Right. And if you don't have one, maybe the better option is just keeping him and rolling another year.
Yeah. And if you want to, do a $72 million buyout and then get back in a pool of, who's the next Memphis Tulane guy? Yeah, they may be really good coaches at that level, but can they handle the big time? Usually the answer is no. So do you want to roll that dice or just wait another year and see if there's a coaching cycle that comes around, or start working on the next guy and a plan for the future and using that money to improve your program? Yeah. The bottom line is this stuff doesn't change overnight, and going and hiring a new coach doesn't mean you're suddenly on the pathway back to respectability, especially if you hire the wrong guy. And you're going into a coaching market where all the good ones are taken.
And you can't miss again.
No, you cannot.
You have to hit on the next one.
No, you better damn well get it right. So yeah, that is interesting. All right, let's get to some of these. Great, you guys are up and you
want to break
and you're jumping in. All right, let's break, and then we'll come back on the other side. By the way, Josh Capo is going to join us as well. We recorded our weekly chat with him. Really good stuff in there, by the way, as always. So we'll play that for you in the next segment, and we'll do your comments as well. We are brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVESLawGroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Give them a call or just go to the website, JeevesLawGroup.com. They'll give you a free case evaluation. They have offices in Tampa and St. Petersburg, actual real offices where people are, where you can go in and meet with people and lawyers. So check them out, JeevesLawGroup.com. And Genesis of Tampa, it's Black Friday. Black Friday, great time to go get a great deal at Genesis of Tampa. The Genesis line of vehicles is absolutely phenomenal. The best in class in terms of value, luxury, technology, comfort. It's all there, and the prices are really ridiculous for what you get. You got to see it for yourself, drive it for yourself. Go take a test drive at Genesis of Tampa. They got great lease deal specials going on right now, and a great company to work with, genesisoftampa.com. They just delivered, 90 turkeys to Metropolitan Ministries this week to hand out to families. So always doing great things in the community, and a great place to get a new or gently used car. It's Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3 with your pithy, wonderfully intelligent, and brilliant comments. I cannot wait. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Insuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on here on Black Friday. Why do they call it Black Friday? I don't understand that.
It seems racist.
Totally racist.
My kid legitimately asked me yesterday, Dad, why don't they have a White Friday?
And your racist retort was the obvious, right?
Yeah, reparations.
Because every day is White Friday. That's what they tell us, right?
Just said reparations.
Yeah. Because every Friday is White Friday. That's why
It
son.
is. Every day is our day, boy.
It doesn't work that way, Archie Bunker. Sorry.
Love that.
See, now this is not going to look good in the text transcript at all. You know, because the context is going to be lost tremendously.
It's okay.
This. Oh my God. So that's where we're at. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Timmy? What'd you do?
The Cowboy game all day. So yes, I had a great Thanksgiving, as I do every year.
With your 90,000 of your best family and friends.
104,000 of my best friends.
Yeah.
And,
is 104,000?
And probably.
Is that how many they put in AT&T?
105, yeah, is capacity.
Are you shitting me?
25,000 of that is standing room only.
I did not know that. And that's all that when you see the videos, everybody running in.
That's for the standing room only, yeah.
How is that legal? How many people get killed a year by it? And
have not had an incident since 2009 when it started, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, there's lots of fights. You get people in fights every game, but
that Super Bowl that was held that I went to, when that was, you couldn't get on the roads because there was ice everywhere. It was the complete debacle.
Yeah.
There was a report that a shard of ice fell off the stadium and killed someone.
Yeah. No, they weren't killed. They were seriously
killed.
Injured. They did not die. So, yeah, because, the stadium, the roof is sloped.
Right.
And we had the winter from hell. That's why we haven't had a Super Bowl back in Arlington since then, because the weather's so unpredictable. Yeah. And you have to spread media between Dallas and Fort Worth and a 30-mile stretch. There's just, now Arlington could support all of that by itself. Like, now that would not be an issue. I think they did that back in the day because they wanted Fort Worth and Dallas to be involved, obviously, because it's
right.
Yeah. I don't know that they would do that now, that they would even care now. But no, because you had ice forming on the roof, and then it starts to melt. Well, you've seen it falls off of your house if you live up north and you see that. Yeah. But back then, they did not have any lip around the stadium, around the roof, and they had to go back in and retrofit it with now 3 foot tall.
$2 billion. You forgot the lip. Yeah.
Forgot the damn. I don't know who the roofing company was, but they failed.
They're no more. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're not around. But there were ice fell off the roof, and think about how tall that is, and the momentum that the heavy sheet of ice will build. Yeah.
Why would they not be killed? Wow. So we went over to Palmacia. Thanks for asking. And we had
What'd you do for Thanksgiving, JP?
Oh, thank you for asking, Tim. Oh my God, the buffet. I'll send you a picture of my plate, and you guys can rag me on this. You can put it up. It was I overfilled. I think I overfilled. By the way, I sent you a little Bucky soundbite that I'd like to run at some point here too. But they do a New York strip, like the big, long tenderloin that they slice off, and they give, you're like, oh, give me a good 1/4 inch there. And they just, and it's just so perfectly roasted and prepared. Oh, and then they had 2 different types of stuffing, the sage stuffing and then the sausage stuffing, I love stuffing. Is it dressing or is it stuffing? Whatever. They're
supposed
amazing.
to be different things, in my understanding. Stuffing and dressing are 2 different things.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just unbelievable. And then the mashed potatoes. So right before I went through the buffet line, they brought up a brand new thing of mashed potatoes. And it was like, you ever see a glass lake where it's just like perfectly smooth?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, how the hell do you do that? It was just like perfectly level and smooth. I felt bad even just like digging into that sucker, but not that bad. There it is. Is that egregious? Is that plate egregious?
No, I hope you had at least 4 of those plates. That would be egregious. 1 plate? That's not egregious.
I did have 2 of these.
Okay, well, that's not.
Second one was about 60% of that.
No, that's what Thanksgiving's all about, JP. Like I said, 4 or 5 of those plates would be egregious, but 2 or 3, no, that's nothing. That's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So that's the mashed potatoes. Oh, they were garlic mashed too. The gravies were perfect. The stuffing, on top you have 2 slices of the New York strip. Just absolutely doused in the horseradish sauce, which I love. Horseradish on beef, fantastic. And then there's what else do we have there? The turkey's all underneath. The turkey's on the bottom, and there's cranberry. Oh, Lord, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. No mac and cheese though. They didn't have any mac and cheese. The kids were not happy about that, but it's okay.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, surprised they didn't have a mac and cheese side. Very surprised by that.
Hang on, I'm going to give us a surprise here, JP. Hang on.
Yeah. How did Jerry feed you yesterday?
Oh, all of that and more.
Yeah.
Like, holy mother of God. It gets better every year, man.
You didn't take any pictures?
No.
Come on, man.
I like to take pictures in the press box.
I love taking pictures of food, though. Food pictures.
Oh, I know. It's
fantastic.
I don't like to have my phone out in the press box period. But here we can go, JP. I ISO'd. I got the ISO cam out.
Okay.
I did this for everybody.
Let me see. Well, there you go. Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot about the corn souffle.
Yeah, the corn souffle looks good right there.
Oh my Lord, was that good? And you can tell it's pre-eating because there's nothing on the shirt to the right.
Right.
After that was
or on the fingers.
It's like, I think where the server said, "Can I get you a bib, sir?" I think we're too late for that. But thank you.
Oh, it's great.
All right, let's get to some of the great comments here. Bucks are 3-point favorites at home. Cardinals are looking for better lately. Mike H., I think, first of all, will Baker play? He says he's going to try to play. During the media portion, he looked like he was throwing without pain. But throwing in the media portion and throwing with somebody's, coming down the barrel at you, and you got to rip a 25-yard outside comeback route. I don't know. And I'm just going based on what I saw in the game, and also knowing that Baker will play through pain or try to play through pain. And he's admitted that in his 22 season in Cleveland, 22 or 21 season, when he tried to play with this, he did his team a disservice. And we'll see. We'll see. I want him to play, and I hope he's healthy enough to play. But we'll have to wait and see to say, okay, was this a good decision? Because, again, this is not up to the player, or at least it shouldn't be. It has to be up to the coach. And the coach has to look through and listen, this is information we don't have and we're not going to get. You have to watch every throw in practice and decide for yourself, is he truly healthy? And then you also have to say when he takes a hit, because he will take a hit behind this offensive line, he will take a lot of hits. He's going to take a lot of hits. And can he continue and play at a high level throughout the game? It's not a one-drive game. It is a 60-minute game behind what has become a very sieve-like offensive line, especially in the middle. Now, Bredesen could be back. Bredesen is practicing. But your right guard spot is still the huge abyss. It is a huge hole in this offensive line. Feeney is awful. He cannot hold up. And I'm be shocked if they continue to put him out there, because you got to have somebody better than that. But they need to get Bredesen back in a big way. And maybe, Michael Jordan hasn't been as bad. You can move Jordan to right, and then you're better off. So that's good. But should he be playing? I don't know. And we don't have the information. He says he's good to go. But here's the problem. You can't get two quarterbacks ready, especially when Teddy needs the work. So it's going to be in a week like this with Thanksgiving and everything. It's going to be hard to get Teddy ready to go. And he certainly wasn't ready to go last week, which is a problem, by the way. That did not look good.
I don't know how your backup quarterback
it was a game
isn't
that was
ready.
out of reach and in an offensive line that was terrible. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And not for nothing. He makes a pass where he throws it underhand and just to get rid of it. He's a savvy guy, and I really like Teddy. And he's coming off the field, and he's kind of laughing about it. I'm not going to make a huge deal out of that, but, and then he also said in an interview, like, I shouldn't even be here, basically saying I was on the couch coaching high school football, so this is great. It's a great opportunity. I shouldn't even be here. I'm like, okay, but we're playing for the playoffs now, and this is, and I know he's a serious professional. I'm sure that's just a flippant comment, but
it's a bad look. It almost sounds like he didn't want to be there.
Teddy's a fun-loving guy, and he's going to make flippant comments like that. So I don't want to make a whole lot out of it. I'm just, if we go out there on Sunday and he doesn't look buttoned up, and I'm not saying, 3 years worth of starting in the same offense buttoned up. Nobody's expecting that. But let's be crisp in our short passing. Let's execute the offense and let's look prepared. Get us in the right place. You're a smart guy. You've been here for a while. You should know all the checks and all those things, and I'm sure he does. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes. So, should Baker play? We don't know. We don't know the answer to that. We don't have the information. Only they do. But it better look good. That's all I'm saying. It better look good. Because Arizona will beat you. They've been close to just about everything.
With Brissett, especially.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with Brissett playing than I am with Mini-Me playing.
Greg DeCruz says, Jack's traveling to Tampa. Who left the AC on outside? It's cold. It's 47 this morning. Tally loves the cold. She would not. Yeah. I'm out there throwing the ball around early, like 7 o'clock this morning. She wanted to go out. I'm throwing the ball around. I'm like, that's enough. That's enough. Like we've done enough. It's freezing out here. And she just stood there in the park and looked at me like, hell to the no. I ain't coming in. This is awesome. I literally had to drag her ass back inside. She loves it. Mr. King says, I will enjoy a Bucs loss on Sunday. Got to complete the Todd Bowles annual 4-game losing streak. You're terrible. You want to play the Bucky?
Yeah.
So this is Bucky talking to the media on Wednesday, and really good to see him back. Really good to see him back.
Man, your first time being hurt. When I step on that field, like I always say, man, I don't take this game for granted, man. I love what I do every day. I love my teammates. And when I go out there, I play, and I show them that each and every time that I get the ball, I'm trying to make plays and make things happen for this organization and this team to help them in any type of fashion to win football games. So when God takes something away from you and he's telling you to get more closer to him and just lean on him, because just being able to be down and something taken away from you, just being able to, everything was all right because I had the right people around me.
Yeah.
What was it like?
That is not your usual NFL soundbite. And I said this on Twitter ever since we met Bucky, and we've probably interviewed him, I don't know, 15 times. And I've talked to him a little bit, just on the side, not much, but a little bit. Just super nice young man. But he's different. And I mean that in a really good way. He is mature beyond his years. He's very emotional. He's very authentic. He really cares about people. He's grew up in the south side of Chicago. If you don't know his story, lost his grandmother, who was his mom, on the day he signed his college scholarship. He lost his brother, his 16-year-old brother, a couple of years later to, gun violence in Chicago, shocking development. He's had a lot of tragedy in his life. And, his best friend is Tom Moore, an 87-year-old man, coach that, and who has been away tending to his sick wife. So a lot of his structure has been taken away from him in his life. And when football was taken away, it was hard for him. But I also feel like he is going to come back and play with a passion that we've never seen before. And I think it's one of the reasons he's such a good player. And I think if he can play this week, it is going to be something to behold. And the support that will be, I'm going to get choked up thinking about it. The outpouring of support for him from this fan base, I'm here for it. If they introduce the offense this week and he come, that's going to be an extended standing ovation. So he better come out last, and because we love that kid, man. He is so, and I say kid in a very, complimentary way. He's a very thoughtful young man. And I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad he's back in the fold and he can play. And the word is he's running around and he looks great. Hopefully he can take a shot on that shoulder and come back. I don't, because he sure as heck don't want him to get injured again. Not right now, but it's,
JP, who is the dude in that video in the background in the red Buccaneers hoodie?
That is Jack. That is Jack, PR. That is PR guy Jack. Okay. I don't know his last name. He's like 6'7", really tall guy.
That guy.
Yeah. Really, really good guy.
Why is he not playing for the Buccaneers? Because he's bigger than just about everybody I've seen on the team. He is looking down at Bucky a good 6 inches.
Yeah, he's 6'7". He's 6 feet. He's legit.
God, dude.
And he's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life. Like you would think, you're ready for this, deep voiced, intimidating person to come out, but he is. Right. He'll come up to you. He's like one of those big Saint Bernards,
right,
that you meet on the side of the, that just comes up, jumps up on you. Yeah, he didn't jump.
I was
up
distracted by him that entire
nice
video. I was like, who is this humongous man of a man like in the background? Why is he not suiting up for the Bucs every week? They need a tight end.
He's in PR. I know. I haven't even asked him if he played football. Probably did. Yeah. So, all right, a couple more here we'll get to, and then we'll have to take a break. I think Luke's going to join us at 11, by the way. He's going to jump in here early. Buck Space would say, honestly, at the point where I want to lose the division, what does winning this division get you? We get to keep a mediocre head coach. He gets to wave a meaningless division title, and we lose in a wild card. Normally I would just come down hard on Buck's basement, but, he's not wrong. I don't want to be Debbie Downer or just, there's a lot of runway ahead, and I do see, Buck's basement. I do see a pathway towards Bucky coming back, Bredesen coming back, all these guys coming back, Hassan Reddick. Our defense has been shit since he left. And you could say what you want about 1.5 sacks and all that stuff. You turn on the tape, he's playing good football. He's playing really good football. He sets the edge, tackles for loss. He's bringing pressures. He's wreaking havoc. He played well. And since he's gone, y'all that were banging on him, guess what? Our defense has gotten worse, a lot worse. So I'm looking forward to him coming back and Cansey coming back. This is not the team that we are going to hopefully have. I shouldn't say going to. This is not the team we hope to have at the end of the season. And that's all that effing matters, Bucks basement. If these guys can't come back and they can't perform when they come back because of lingering injuries or whatever, and we just go into we win the division with 9 or 10 wins and limp into it and win again. No, I'm with you. It's like, I don't think that's a celebration. I don't think we should do Rays hanging wild card banners things here when it happens, even though it's a division title. But it feels like
players.
Actually, our records wouldn't be good enough to get a wild card most years.
But for players, that division title means something. It doesn't mean nothing to them. The playoff appearance doesn't mean nothing to them. Those guys are pros, and that's what they aim for at the beginning of the season. Let's win the division. Let's make the playoffs. Whether you think you can go far in the playoffs or not, that's the goal, is to get there and to win the division. And you can't tell a player, oh, you're better off if you miss the playoffs and get a better draft. They don't give a crap about their draft pick next year. I guarantee you 100%. They don't even want to talk about it.
Right.
And how many times have we seen a wild card team make the playoffs back in at 9-7, back when we played 16 games, and squeak into the playoffs and then win the Super Bowl, New York Giants, twice over the Pats? So, I mean, it's just that's I get what he's saying, but it's not realistic. It's not real world professional sports talk.
Yes, but there's a sliver of truth to that.
No, absolutely.
What he's talking about.
Yes,
we know what it is.
I agree.
We know what it is. Hell, Tony Dungy got fired for getting to the playoffs. And sometimes playoffs just ain't good enough. Getting to the playoffs. A lot of teams make the playoffs. Half the damn league.
And how many times have we seen an NFL team underperform, and it was because of injuries that really the coach, for the most part, has no control over?
Right.
But yet he's the one that takes the fall.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
We've seen the same thing with healthy teams and unhealthy teams. So
Right.
let's not just blame it all on the injuries. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Luke Loucks, FSU head coach, will be joining us in this second hour at some point. They're doing their little shoot around over at Benchmark International Arena, where they play Texas A&M tonight. And we have to have a bet, by the way, Timmy. Let's figure out what the bet is.
Wait, why is Brian Bradley not live from Benchmark Arena at the shoot-around? Wanted a live report from Brian Bradley.
It's not that kind of shoot-around.
Oh, okay.
They do not have ice skates on, as far as I know. That would be fun.
That would be
yeah. All right, and Josh Capo is going to join us as well. Lots more show to come your way. We are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. It's a great time at the end of the year when you get ready to cut all those checks for your annual insurance, homeowners, whatever it is, to shop it around and maybe save some money, folks. It's not just what you make, it's what you save and what you keep. So give them a call over there. Give them all your insurance information and let them shop around everything. They'll probably come back with some savings and maybe give you some information. Not maybe, definitely give you some information on your insurance needs. Maybe you're underinsured. 40% of people are underinsured in their homeowners. About 50% of people are not getting the discounts that they're entitled to on their homeowners insurance. So you're probably in that group. So why not make the call? 813-877-7799. They do all the work. You save all the money. It's pretty clear stuff. It's a no-brainer. ItalianoInsurance.com. Back in 3, Luke Loucks is going to join us. Stay with us. It's the holiday season, so come visit the wonderland of jewelry at the Gold and Diamond Source with over 25 times the inventory and selection of the average jewelry store. Guys, get your shopping done early, and if you have no idea of the trends and styles that your lady wants, that's cool. The incredible staff led by Julie and Steve Weintraub and family will offer up some great ideas with no pressure. They offer everything for the first-time jewelry buyer to the most exquisite selection of museum-quality pieces. Enjoy a comfortable, relaxed atmosphere and experienced staff, geologists, jewelers, and designers for all your jewelry needs. From the luxurious jewelry boxes to their VIP customer care, there's many reasons to make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond. Keep it local this holiday season. Shop online anytime at goldendiamond.com or just come by their showroom at 3800 Overton Road and always online at goldendiamond.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome into the JP Peterson Show on this Black Friday. Hope you guys are not going out shopping today. Does anybody line up anymore?
Gross. Yeah, you know what? I had a buddy that works at the Fan here in Dallas that texted me just a bit ago. The radio station is right here on Central Expressway, and there is a huge Target and a huge strip shopping center. It's got like a Old Navy and crap in it, you know. He said there was people at 4:45 in the morning when he pulled into the radio station for the morning show, at least a mile around the corner, like to the next shopping center and to the next intersection in the cold, because it was 45 degrees this morning, waiting in line for Black Friday stuff.
Holy crap.
People are dumb, JP.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. Now I don't get out much, so it's ridiculous. I don't want to save money that much.
I don't get that. I do not get that. I do not get that at all. But I can tell you one place that is absolutely the best place to go, and that's the Gold and Diamond stores. Make sure, and it's a lot easier. And there's not going to be a line around the door. They're going to get everybody in orderly fashion. So make sure the Gold and Diamond Source is on your list for Black Friday for our gift card match. Purchase a gift card on Black Friday up to $1,000 and we'll match it, giving you up to $2,000. $2,000 in spending power. And if you cannot come in on Friday, you can still come in on Saturday and Sunday and purchase a gift card up to $500, and we'll match it, giving you up to $1,000 to spend. How about that? So this holiday, make sure you do your holiday shopping at the Golden Diamond Source. Like we always tell you, folks, keep it local. You do not need to go to Amazon for everything, for God's sakes. Keep it local, and especially if you're buying jewelry, you want to see it, you want to touch it, you want to know it's coming from a reputable place, right? That's the Golden Diamond Source. They've been doing this for 40 years. We love them, and I'll see them Tuesday for Giving Tuesday. The Hands Across the Bay charity that Julie runs, and Steve, of course, helps run. Wink, wink. Does all the no. Anyway, they do a great job over there helping folks. So go on over to the Golden Diamond Source. We absolutely love those folks over there, and you will too. You'll become part of the family once you shop there. Trust me on that. And tell them JP sent you. 3800 Olberton Road. You know where it is. All right, let's get to some other comments here and some other business. By the way, all right, so FSU, Texas A&M tonight in basketball. Florida State off to a 5-1 start, I believe.
Correct.
Their only loss, and I watched that game against University of Florida, the defending champions, and they had them. They were up 5 in Gainesville, and they were on a roll, and then they just kind of took a couple of bad threes, got on the wrong end, and then ended up losing by 3, I believe. But they've been really good, and I cannot wait to see them tonight against your Texas A&M Aggies. You know anything about your basketball team?
Yeah, the Aggies are 5-2, JP, and they are coming off of 2 consecutive 100-point games.
Wow.
Now, they're still averaging for the season just right around 78 points per game, which is quite a bit less than the Seminoles. They're in the low 90s, I think. But A&M is red hot right now. Their defense is red hot. This is going to be a great matchup, man. And I wish this was in Dallas closer, because I would go to this game. If you guys like your college basketball, especially early season, like just stupendous matchups, go watch this game at Benchmark International Arena, yes. because this is going to be this could be one for the ages, man. These two teams are very evenly matched, very well coached, and this thing could be epic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. And Luke Loucks here will join us in just a few minutes, and we will get
on
him
ESPN2, by the way, too. If you guys get ESPN2, it'll be on TV.
Oh, there you go. Just getting some text coming in here, so give me 1 second here if you want to hit up a couple of comments.
Would you like to renew your homeowner's insurance with us? We can give you great rates.
Okay.
So
nothing official yet on the Alex Golesh front, but perhaps heading in the Arkansas direction. Which, by the way, it's senior day, Saturday night at Raymond James Stadium. Rice is in town. It's a great opportunity for this team to finish on a high note. Yes, it may be Byron Brown's last game in the USF, but it may not. So go out, support the team. Support them. Let's fill it up for the seniors and Alex, and keep it all positive. Keep it all positive, folks. There's no need for negativity.
And by the way, if you want to watch the Bulls win a game, go watch them play Rice, because Rice is absolutely awful. They got blown out by UNT last week, 56-24, and Rice is awful. So go watch the Bulls win a game if you want. Yeah, that's and they'll go up and down the field. It'll be very entertaining. Weather's going to be nice, a little chilly football weather. Raymond James Stadium. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. No question about it. All right, what else do we want to get into? Oh, by the way, a little bit on games yesterday. Isn't it interesting how the Lions look so beatable now that they've got a bunch of injuries? Offensive line, I mean, they're a little beat up, and boy, Jared Goff was getting smoked yesterday. Smoked. And the Cowboys, holy Christ. George Pickens, did we see this coming? I mean, we knew he was good. Look, did we know he was that good? Yesterday was his worst game as a Cowboy. He had 6 catches for 88 yards, no touchdowns. I think he had one catch in the first half. But when you've got two receivers, and the Bucs know this very well, two number one potentially receivers in Godwin and Evans.
Mm-hmm.
When you've got CD on one side, and I've been down on him this year, and rightfully so, because he's got like 6 ridiculous drops. And then George Pickens, one of them is going to have a great game. Not maybe both of them at the same time, but one of them is going to have a great game. CD had a great game, I think 112 yards and a touchdown. You want to know how in sync these guys are, JP? I saw a split screen video of when CD scored his touchdown. It was on like a, mid-range pass into the corner of the end zone. Great catch, great play. So there is a split screen video of the play, but it's an ISO camera on George Pickens. He's turned away from the play after the touchdown, and he's doing his little touchdown dance. Yeah. CeeDee Lamb was doing the exact same touchdown dance, and they were fully 100% in sync. Like doing the dance, not even looking at each other on the same play, 50 yards apart. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
It was really funny to watch. But those two guys have really become like fast friends, man.
That's good. That's good. They need that to re-sign him. What's Pickens going to get?
Well, we're talking about the franchise tag, I believe, at the very least. And then you tag him and then you negotiate, right? Which is what you do nowadays. The tag's just a tick above $31 million. But I think you get
never had a chance. 05 says, does Jerry know that Pickens and Parsons' agent is the same person? Going to be awkward this offseason.
Yeah, no, we know that. Yeah, it is what it is.
So Micah Parsons had a nice day yesterday. Our game,
everybody's saying that, but I didn't see it.
What do you, dude? You need get off it, bro. Come on.
I didn't even see him play. Are you sure he was in the game?
The Packers smoked the Lions 31-24, and he dominated. He was wearing Goff's jersey most of the freaking game. And how about, what's interesting? Ever since the students at UTEP came out with that very well done paper about how the Chiefs have gotten favorable calls during their run, all of a sudden the NFL is like, oh, we got to make sure we have some bad calls against the Chiefs.
They have, man.
It's like, isn't it kind of weird? Like, I swear to God, since that paper dropped, that's when everything changed. I don't know. Maybe
the Cowboys had their share of calls against them too, because I guarantee Jadeveon Clowney, I saw at least 5 holds on Jadeveon Clowney in the game that didn't get called.
That's another piece that maybe the Bucs could have picked up on the way. The Bengals beat the Bengals. Boy, Joe Burrow 32-14 over the Ravens. Yeah. So every underdog won yesterday, right?
Dallas was a dog. Yeah,
every road team and underdog won yesterday. And the
Chiefs were a road team.
Yeah, right. My bad. Yeah, but the Cowboys were underdogs. They were home dogs, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I think 2.5 points. Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Interesting.
But you know what? I'll tell you this on the Micah Parsons front, JP. I don't have hatred towards Micah Parsons. I like this defense the way it is right now with the Cowboys, rather than having Micah Parsons here from the beginning of the year, because I think the defense as it's set up with Quinnen Williams on the inside is better than this defense would have been with Micah Parsons lining up all over the place. Nothing against Micah Parsons. Yeah. I just like it better.
And an inside linebacker too. What's his name?
Logan Wilson.
Who did they just get? Logan Wilson. Yeah. How's he playing?
He's playing very, very well. And here's the thing with Logan Wilson. You're not going to see him on the stat sheet. Kind of like Hassan Reddick, affecting plays for the Bucs. Logan Wilson has been outstanding in pass coverage this season since he's got here. Now in 3 games, and I did not expect that.
Yeah. And what did he get? Cost you 7th round pick?
Yeah, for Logan Wilson, because the Bengals had cast him aside. He wasn't even a starter. Yeah,
he was. Because the Bengals were going young, and they wanted to put 2 rookies in there. It's fine. They got nothing to play for, and they've been not so good. But that was a piece that Jason Light definitely should have jumped on. 100%. 100%. That was the piece that we really needed in the middle of our defense. And it's not like we got somebody coming back there. We're stuck with Servassier Dennis and an aging Levante David. And for a 7th round pick, wow. Yeah, we kind of missed the boat on that deal.
Looks like it.
Just saying. Yeah. All right, back to our commenters here. Rick asked, was JP at the kids' table? No, sir. Well, sort of, I guess, because the kids were at the table. We allowed the kids at the table. Mike H has got the merch. The pullover is very high quality material. It has a soft inside liner. I'm wearing it right now, by the way. I'm afraid to wear it and mess it up. The hat is really nice too. I'm wearing the same merch that you got, probably. Look at this beautiful baby. It is nice. It's really high quality material. It's warm, but it's thin, which is perfect for Florida. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't want to be running around in, some big old puffy jacket just to look cool. Like some of you do.
Hey, put that back up on the screen, JP.
What's that?
That comment. Put Mike's comment back up on the screen.
Okay.
I'm going to screenshot it. Mike, we're using you in our promotional materials.
Thank you, Michael. Good stuff.
All right.
Abraham V. Cherry said, happy Thanksgiving, JP and team. Sorry, I forgot your name, Tim. What about Gruden to USF rumors or Deion Sanders? Derek Brooks is a kingmaker. I will say this. Derek obviously is extremely well connected with all those guys. Deion brings a ton of flash, and he brings a ton of notoriety and brings lots of money. Is he a great tactical coach? No. Is he a teacher and developer of players? I don't know.
Do we know? Unless you're related to him, we might not know.
Yeah, if you're with him since birth, clearly he develops you very well and passes on his genetics, which don't hurt, by the way. No. But if you're outside of his family sphere and genetic sphere, maybe not as much. Listen, I think Deion is learning his way through coaching, and he brings a lot of positive attributes. And I think USF could do a hell of a lot worse than Deion Sanders, quite frankly. And I said it back then. If he'd have gone to USF, he probably would have been gone by now or be leaving this year because he'd have won 10 games with the talent that he would have brought to USF in this schedule that they play compared to a Big 12 schedule. I think he would have won 10 games every year and had his pick of it would probably be headed to the University of Florida today. That's my guess. And but that he jumped in a really, really deep pool. You saw what he did at Jackson State. Now, obviously, the American's better than the SWAC, but right. I think his results would have been very similar at USF as they were at Jackson State. I think he would have dominated the league with Shador and Travis Hunter. Are you freaking kidding me? Because they'd have come with him. Yeah. I think Deion would do great. John Gruden, I don't know. I don't know about Gruden. I think he never really wanted to work with young players, and obviously college is a whole different deal. He's got a lot of juice. There's no question about it. But when you hand over the keys to John, it's his deal. And same with Deion. You lose all control. And that's, some people see that as a good thing. Some people don't. And I think Rob and Derek could work with anybody and be a great influence on them. I think they could work in concert with both of those gentlemen really well, and it would bring a lot of juice to USF. Hell yeah. I don't know how successful. I think they would both be really successful in this conference. Now, if they move up, hey, cross that bridge when you get there, but they would certainly help you move up. Both of those names. And the juice that they would bring and the notoriety it would bring to school, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think it would be great.
I mean, if you want to look at development, Deion's got a 5-star quarterback on his roster in Julian Lewis. And he's a true freshman. He's only started 4 games, and he's 0-2 in their starts. Is that on him or is that on the team? Is that on I don't know. I hate records when it comes to quarterback starts, because it's a team sport, right? Like it's not always reflective of the quarterback. He started 2 games, so he's 0-2 in those starts. But I mean, he's got 4 touchdowns, no picks. He seems to be progressing well. So he's developing, but developing slowly. We won't know for another year or two if Deion was able to bring him along and turn him into a star quarterback, But I think Julian Lewis, the way he turns out, will say a lot about Deion and his ability to not just recruit, but his ability to develop guys. Because there's your 5-star quarterback. You worked a lot to get him. He made the decision to come play for you, Deion. And if he turns into a star, Deion gets all the credit. If he doesn't, Deion gets all the blame. So that's something to watch up in Colorado.
Great point. I think it's a fantastic point. And there are health concerns about Deion too.
Oh, yeah.
So that has to be purely vetted. And I also know that when Gruden was up for the job, when Golesh got it, that they vetted him and decided that they weren't going to go in that direction. Now, a lot has changed since then. Time has passed, with the emails and all that. And it's a much different organization at USF as well, in terms of CEO and Derek Brooks and new president, all that stuff. So I think that there's probably a reset there. And I think John would get maybe a more favorable look at. And that's fair. All right, so actually, let's go to Josh Capo right now while we await Luke Loucks jumping in here. And if Luke jumps on, we'll kind of bail out of Josh and go back to it. So let's jump in here and talk a little Bucks football with the great Josh Capo, our weekly film study with Josh from Pewter Report. All right, we welcome in Josh Capo for a Thanksgiving festive edition of the JP Peterson Show tape breakdown. Josh, how you doing? Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Same to you, JP. I've got a lot to be thankful for, and the Bucks maybe don't.
Buck fans searching for something to be thankful for. It's pretty bleak. We looked at the schedule early on, and we knew this would be a tough spot for them, but I didn't think they would look that bad against the Rams. That was non-competitive, both sides of the football. On so many levels. When Stafford starts 12 for 12 and there's not a competitive catch in the bunch, and offensively, Baker never had a chance from the get-go. The interior pressure was just ridiculous. When you looked at this all 22, what was your thought of this? What you saw?
Yeah, I think I thought that this is the first time all year where I thought that they were just out-coached to begin with. And then there was nobody who really stepped up to make things right, which you have to have with some of your playmakers. There was some pressure, but that was to be expected from this Rams defensive line. I think that the deep shot to Emeka early on that Baker just barely missed. And it wasn't that his throw was late due to the read, because his first read there was supposed to be the sail route that didn't materialize, and then Emeka's deep over the top. That all made sense. It was the footwork that led to it. And he just took some extra steps, which allowed the defender to get back into the route and didn't quite lead Emeka enough. That's the play that they needed to make to say we can compete with these guys. And Baker, earlier in the year, he made them right in a lot of different ways, made some fantastic plays. That was the one that really was needed there. If you're going to say, hey, we're probably down in this one in terms of talent level because of the injuries, but this is how we're going to have to win this game. And it wasn't there. And then like I said, I thought they were outcoached. I thought this was the first time where Josh Grizzard really just didn't have answers for the defense. The defense seemed to know everything that was coming. There were multiple screens, wide receiver screens where the perimeter defenders were all over it, right? Kobe Bryant blew up between Ryan Miller and Kate Otten not being able to fend him off on a screen to Emeka and him just blowing it up. Later on, something similar happening where a blitz where the screen probably would have hit, but the blitzing nickel is able to deflect the pass. Just all of that. None of it was there. The one time that I think Grizzard had something decent as a counter was the touchdown to Tez, because that was actually a wrinkle off of their screen game where there was a fake screen to Emeka on the right, and the Rams kind of bit for it, and that opened Tez on the backside to the left, and Baker made a fantastic throw there. Just that was about it, and then once Baker went down, Teddy wasn't going to be able to do anything. So it's a fantastic team. That's probably the best team in the NFL, but you would have liked to have seen the Bucs be more competitive. Going back to like the Seahawks game, they won the Seahawks game, but even if they had lost, just going punch for punch with one of the 3 best teams in the league, hey, that's a playoff matchup you feel decent about. This was a playoff matchup where you just feel like you got toasted. And it was the same thing on the defensive side of the ball. This team looks so much different without their top front 4.
Yeah.
And then Bowles has to try and scheme around it. And when he runs into a high-end offensive mind that's ready for him, McVay just made him look silly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was embarrassing on multiple levels. And let's talk a little bit about that, because defensively, it feels like they have no answers right now. And we can't, and I think people think Kancey and Reddick are okay players. They're better than okay, and they were playing very well together. That starting front 4 that we had hoped to have, I think, is formidable, and it changes the way Todd Bowles can coach in terms of coverages and what have you. Talk a little bit about that dynamic and the fact that we might get Kancey and Reddick back. Reddick's definitely coming back, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but Kancey, maybe a little bit towards the end of the season. So talk a little bit about that dynamic, if you would.
Yeah, I'll kind of start with Reddick. Through the first 7 games of this year, and we go back to what Todd Bowles said in the offseason, which is we need to be able to rush with 4 more, right? He's at his best when he can blitz out of creativity, not necessity. So the 7 games that Reddick was in, the Bucs, when rushing just 4, had a really solid pressure rate of 34.4%, and they were getting sacks about 7.6% of the time. Since Reddick's been gone, those 2 numbers have dropped to 26.9% and 5.8%. It just looks different. They're slower. They can't get to the quarterback, and you have to pressure quarterbacks in the NFL. You just have to. So what does Bowles do? He does what he always does. He's got no other cards to play. So now he starts sending second-level defenders, whether that's through sim pressures or through blitzes. But the offense knows they're coming because they know they can't get home with 4. And so now you're leaving these voids behind that pass rush, or you have outside linebackers in coverage, because the idea there is just occupy a space long enough to allow the unexpected defender to get to the quarterback. But because the offenses know it's coming, it just doesn't work like it's supposed to. And now you've got these large voids, and when you have players who aren't playing well, like Zion McCollum, and he's getting picked on, it just leads to an absolute bloodbath. And that's where they're at. When you have Kancey and when you have Reddick, Bowles can be more creative and unpredictable because he can win with 4. Reddick can get pressure. Yaya can still get pressure. Neither one of them's like a number 1 dominant alpha, but they set each other up really well. They also set up Vea and they set up Kancey, because one of the things I'm sure Bucs fans saw all night against the Rams was the Rams are running all of these stunts and twists, and all of those guys, the way they get off the ball and work off of each other, it collapses everything around them. And you go back to week 1 against Atlanta, Michael Penix made some absolutely amazing plays in that game, but that's what the Bucs defensive line looked like in that game. You had all these stunts in games, and then in crucial moments, then Bowles was able to bring out these creative blitz packages, which that's what the Rams did. You saw outside linebackers for the Rams or defensive ends dropping into coverage, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 defensive backs were just overloading one side. That's what Shula was able to do for the Rams, and that's what the Bucs can do when they have all of those horses. I've been thinking through it from a roster management standpoint, and I really wish Jason Light would find a depth edge rusher who's just a designated pass rusher. So that way when injuries happen, which they do, you lose a Reddick, you still have somebody on a passing down, you can come in and you can still try and get after it with 4. He may not play the run well. Don't put him in there on 1st and 2nd down. Just get to those money downs where he can create some havoc. It's something I wish they had.
You mean like Jalen Phillips that went to Philadelphia?
Well, Phillips can play the run too, but yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
Phillips
I'll take either one. Yeah.
So, but
no moves at the deadline looks even worse now. After this bye week.
That's a tough one because Anthony Nelson can play he is an adequate all-around guy, but he doesn't bring enough juice, and you lose so much in that one aspect of the defense. The guy who I was kind of thinking about, he's somebody I wish the Bucs had gone after 2 off seasons in a row now, is Josh Uche. Uche is, he's smaller, he's quick, he can turn the edge. You don't want him in there on the early downs, but you put him in on 3rd down or on 2nd and long, and man, can he get after the passer and still allow you to do creative things from a pass rush standpoint.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's talk a little bit about Baker right now. What are you seeing from him? Obviously, the injury is what it is. For those who don't know, it's they say a mild sprain to the AC. I said on my show on Tuesday, I don't know. That's not what I saw. And there's been a lot of subterfuge with the injuries this year. I mean, we just haven't had a whole lot of clarity on when guys are coming back for whatever reason. And hearing that this is a mild sprain and he may play this week, I don't know about that. It sure looked a hell of a lot worse than that. So I don't know. I'm not the doctor. My point is, I don't think he's playing this week. I think this might be more of a ploy for the Cardinals to not know. And obviously it's a competitive advantage to not know who the quarterback is going to be. I get it. And, why not play that game if you can play that card? I totally get it. I don't think he's playing this week. I don't think he should play this week. He needs some time to rest. And, you got Jacoby Brissett, who is playing better than Kyler Murray. But you could have a couple of backups starting this. And what I saw from Teddy Bridgewater was not great. But hopefully it'll be different with a week of practice. So where do you think Baker's at in terms of how he's playing and how they manage the quarterback position this week?
Well, the first thing is, I think this is the first time Baker Mayfield and mild have ever been put in the same sentence, because nothing about Baker is ever mild, right? I'm with you, regardless of. It's probably a pain management thing. The thing is, Baker can manage pain pretty well, but then what do you get, right? I have to go back and look at it, but I want to say it was a sprained AC joint that really threw him off his second to last year in Cleveland and what put that whole
that was it
out on him.
Left shoulder,
yeah. So, and that it had a dramatic effect on his ability to throw. I've broken it down.
He tried to play through it, and it was terrible.
He did. And he couldn't throw to the left. Like, he could not accurately throw to the left because he couldn't open up correctly. So I'm with you. I think everything right now, given that Carolina lost last night, everything with this team should be about getting healthy for the playoffs, because they still have that defined path to the playoffs. You have the 2 games against Carolina. You're already a game up on them, or half a game up, I think it is, in the standings. You have this very clear path, and everything about this team is, if they're healthy, they can run with anybody.
Yep.
Get healthy, right? Todd Bowles announced it yesterday. Mike Evans, he expects back in sometime in December, right? Cansey, he said, I expect him back. He didn't mention Reddick, but you would think with a sprained ankle that you're going to see him back. Don't sacrifice your quarterback when you're just getting all the pieces around him back and the pieces that you need on defense. So, the last few weeks, Baker hasn't elevated everyone around him, which is what he was doing the first few weeks. That's what got him the MVP case, right? He's now out of the MVP running because he just wasn't able to keep up that ability to elevate everyone around him. I also think there's some timing issues with all of his receivers. Cade Otton, of course, had the worst game of his life, which really set them behind. But timing, I don't think guys are quite in the right spot where he thinks they're going to be. And then also you have Emeka's being miscast as an X right now because they don't have Mike. And Emeka's great, but he's not an X. You can see it when guys get physical with him on the line of scrimmage. It throws off his timing and his ability to get into the route. So you have all of this happening around him. The only thing that's going well for Baker right now is the run game is developing and starting to become a bigger weapon that they can use. So I would say let him sit. The Cardinals are a very feisty 3-8 team. You can't just overlook them, but you would hope that you can get past them and really start to get into the NFC South schedule and a little bit of this easier schedule down the stretch. Get healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah, totally agree with that. All right, let's lastly, let's look at the Cardinals. And as you mentioned, 3-8, but they've been in almost every single game. And Jacoby Brissett is just, well, he may be the best Gator quarterback that they've ever had in the NFL. He's no Kyle Trask, but because he actually gets on the field. But he's just better than people think. In the Josh Johnson genre, those two, you just can't kill them. They're just gonna every year they just seem to pop up somewhere playing football.
Yeah, a few years ago he was in for Cleveland, I think, when Watson was suspended or whatnot, and Cleveland played better with him. And I honestly think this Kyler injury, it's kind of been like a shadow benching, I think is the term that everybody uses these days. But that offense plays better with Brissett because he's on time, on schedule. His receivers know what to expect and can expect the ball, whereas Kyler is very much more of a improvisationalist, right? Yeah. And that offense works better when it's on time. He's getting the most out of Marvin Harrison Jr., and he has some weapons between Harrison and Trey McBride. McBride is going to be a problem for the Bucs over the middle.
Big time.
And that offensive line is solid, so they can put up points. Where the Bucs have to take advantage is the Cardinals, very similarly to Tampa Bay, have been decimated with injuries on the defensive side of the ball. And so Grizzard has to figure out how can we exploit this with our game plan and finding some of those opportunities to just hammer certain guys on the field who shouldn't be on the field. Basically, due to the Cardinals, and I hate to put it this way, but due to the Cardinals, what the Rams did to Zion McCollum. Find a couple of guys where it's just like, we're just going to keep spamming at you because you're just not good enough right now. And we're going to steal yards and we're going to steal points this way. And that's how they can get past Arizona.
Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Get those good matchups and keep going to them.
All right, that was Josh Capo. Sorry, Tim, I just dumped out of that because I want to get to one more break. Luke Loucks is on his way to the interview room, and we will be expecting him quickly. So let's go ahead and take a break, our final break. We'll come back on the other side and hopefully have the FSU head basketball coach with us here. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Do not forget, it is time for their Black Friday sale, and it is coming up today. Here's how you take advantage of it. Up to $1,000, and we'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in spending power if you cannot come in Friday, or you can still come in on Saturday and Sunday. Purchase a gift card up to $500. We'll match it, giving you $1,000. So get in there today. $1,000 will match it and give you $2,000 in spending power at the Gold and Diamond Source. Great folks over there. Julie and Steve Weintraub, great benefactors here locally, a great local company. You don't have to buy everything on Amazon, folks, especially if you're buying jewelry. Go in and visit with the staff there. They are phenomenal. The Gold and Diamond Source. Back in 3. Stay with us. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles! 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Friday, we got a big basketball game coming up tonight at Benchmark International Arena. Oh, the Lightning will not be playing. It's Florida State against Texas A&M, and the head basketball coach of Florida State, the pride of Clearwater Tornadoes, Luke Loucks, joining us here. What's up, Luke? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to be back in Tampa. We're looking forward to the game tonight. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, I guess you spent your Thanksgiving here at home, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was great. We had a team meal last night at Jackson's Bistro right across the street. We were at American Social the night before. Some big time Knowles run those places, so popped in with the team there. We had a great meal. Families were in town, coaches. It was good. It was good to celebrate Thanksgiving, kind of my backyard. And I have a ton of family spread throughout Central Florida, so they're all coming down from the game. You know, they're driving in right now, so. I'm trying to keep them at an arm's distance because I know, you know, when family gets in town, it can be a good distraction, but a distraction. So they're all going to show up at the hotel and hopefully leave me alone a little bit so I can prepare for the game.
Well, I'm walking to my Lightning gig on Wednesday over by Jackson's, and I see these tall guys walking across the bridge in their Florida State gear, and I'm like, what's up, boys? Go Noles. Yeah, I'm there. So you guys have been in town for a while. It's great to have you here. And hopefully we'll have a big crowd tonight. By the way, Knowles, go to Ticketmaster, get your tickets right now for tonight's game against Texas A&M. By the way, Luke, the guy you see on the other side, that really ugly guy, he's the Texas A&M guy. His dad played football for Bear Bryant at Texas A&M. So we're gonna have a little wager. We haven't figured it out yet. So maybe you suggest something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if coaching and getting into betting and wagers.
JP, what are you trying to do here?
I'm gonna stay out of that. JP set me up, man. I'm gonna stay
Gassers.
out of that one.
How about Gassers? Loser has to do Luke Loucks gassers, and Luke will coach you through the gas. That's
There
what
we
it'll
go.
be. So
I
I
might
don't want to
die.
see me running, Luke. So let's make sure we get a dub tonight. Okay.
That works for me. That works for
All
me.
right, so let's get into the. You guys are 5-1. I watched the whole FSU Florida game down there in Gainesville. You guys had them down five or 7 in the second half. You played really, really well. I love the type of basketball you guys are playing. Just give us a little rundown on what you've seen so far from your team and how far along in the process you are as far as installing everything, get them to play the way you want them to play.
Yeah, that Florida game still hurts me. Yeah, I think we were an 18 or 20 point underdog going into that game, and we ended up losing by 2. And to me, we had them. We had them on the ropes, and they went on one big. I think it was a 14-2 run in the second half. We clawed our way back in and made it the game, but they're a good team. And I feel like we're a good team too. We're going to be able to compete with anyone in the country, with our style and how fast we play and, the volume of threes, and defensively we create a lot of turnovers and score off those turnovers. So, I like where we're at. I don't think we're ahead or behind of where I expected. This team's going to keep getting better. We have a lot of good pieces. We have 6 seniors that really know what they're doing. But for even the seniors, this is the first time playing this style. So it takes time. It takes your body getting into great shape because it's a relentless style. That's a pace that not a lot of these guys are used to playing. But these guys work well together. Putting together a roster is always a puzzle, and I feel like our pieces fit together really well. But it's going to keep taking time. We'll keep improving. Individually with our player development program, we're running this like an NBA team. With our nutrition, our strength. We focus on the individual before the team. Of everyone has different things they need to work on. If you're working on the same thing with everyone, you're probably wrong as a coach. And then their deal with us is collectively they're going to give everything they got for the team and help me win a lot of games. And I think it's a great proposition for guys to come to Florida State to play in a program that's basically we're preparing you for professional sports, and in return we get to compete together and win a lot of games.
Luke, that's a very interesting approach, and we're seeing it more and more in college basketball. I mean, even some of the things you just said, the individual before the team. And obviously it's a team concept, but that it kind of strikes me like that's what the kids want to hear these days, right? Kind of go into that a little bit more.
Yeah, and I say the individual before the team in terms of their development, and it's always going to be a team first. That's one of our values is have a team first mentality. But the reality is, I'm a better coach if they're better players, and some coaches miss that. You need talent to win. If you're a jockey, you're only as good as your racehorse. And I need some horses that can fly around. And that comes from a lot of concentrated effort in terms of their player development programs. And if you need to work on your ball handling, if you need to work on your shooting, we're going to work at it every day. And that's before practice. That's before my time. Right. And then once it's my time, we form our team. And that's where you have a team first mentality. It's always, how can I help the next guy? And it's contagious. And I think so far our guys are doing that at a really high level, really for just getting to know each other in the last few months.
Timmy, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, Luke, you guys are off to a good start, 5-1. The Aggies are off to a good start. They're 5-2. They've posted back-to-back 100-point games. Their offense is coming together. Had turnover at head coach. Got a new head coach for the Aggies coming in. Like most teams, got a lot of turnover from the transfer portal this offseason. They're finding their footing defensively. They're outstanding on defense right now. I think they're pulling close to 20 turnovers a game and cashing in on those turnovers. How do you coach your guys up to hang on to the ball against a defense like this?
Yeah, you got to attack. It's interesting. Bucky, we have the same agent. We're both obviously young coaches. We're both first-time head coaches at this level. Bucky's, been coaching at the college level for a while. I've been at the NBA level. But we watching each other. So I talked to him this morning after our shoot around with our agent. We just kind of ran into each other, and we both said it. It's like a mirror image of each other's teams. We believe in a lot of the same things offensively. We both like to score the ball. I'd say generally we're both known as offensive coaches. But our defenses are out ahead of our offense right now. And I think we might have fallen down to number 2. We were number 1 in the nation of forcing turnovers. I know Texas A&M is a top 25 team of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. So it's going to be a chaotic game. It's going to be a frenzy. It's going to be really what boils down to your question is who can take care of the ball better. To me, I'm a big believer. And when you get pressed and blitzed and trapped, your instinct is to be hesitant and to go on your heels and backpedal. What we're trying to get our guys to do is attack. And if you attack with a mentality, if I got two guys on me, first of all, someone's open, and then we have an immediate advantage. And not only do you keep that advantage, you capitalize on it. You can destroy presses and traps. Now you're going to turn it over at times. It's part of the game. But to me, the team that controls the possession battle will win this game. And we're going to press just like Texas A&M presses. It might be first to 100 points tonight with the style we play. But to me, the team that takes care of the ball tonight will win the game.
Yeah, I said to JP before you came on a little bit earlier in the show when we were talking about this, I said, man, it's still early in the college basketball season, but if you want one of the better matchups early in the season, this is it. And I'm telling everybody in Tampa to get out the benchmark because this could be an epic one here very, very early in the season, and I'm real excited to watch it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I hope we have a good crowd tonight. We haven't played a game in Tampa since 2017. And obviously, wow. I'm a little biased because it's my backyard, and I grew up in Clearwater and was in Tampa, basically my whole childhood playing football and playing basketball. So it was something that I had on my agenda to get us back playing in Tampa, and hopefully we can do it every year. Because there's so many Noles in Tampa, but also to bring a great opponent every year. We have Texas A&M this year. It's going to be a high, fast-paced game. They're going to be a good team this year. Hopefully we are too. And then going on to next year, we're going to try to get another big opponent. Might end up being Houston, a perennial top 5 team in the country. But kind of just keep bringing great opponents into Tampa in our backyard and get this thing rolling for all of our Central Florida fans.
The last time the Aggies beat the Seminoles, 1956 in Tallahassee. I think JP, that was his senior year with the Seminoles.
I was on the radio network but me and Deckerhoff were calling our first year. Luke, you may not know this, but I worked with Deckerhoff when we first got into the ACC. When you were running around throwing passes at Clearwater, I didn't know you threw for 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns as the quarterback at Clearwater. Yeah, I didn't know you were that good, Charlie Ward.
I was okay. I was probably actually a little bit better at football. I loved football. I loved basketball, and I'm telling you, growing up in Florida playing football, it was so dang hot outside. I couldn't wait to get into AC. And so but I still miss football. I'm the biggest football fan, Bucks fan, obviously Florida State football. I watch every game. And I loved playing football growing up, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. And I mentioned Charlie, obviously, the dual sport athlete. And my Seminole roots go really, really deep. And I love the fact that we brought you back as the career leader in games when you played at Florida State and Link in baseball, who's doing a hell of a job. I love the bringing the Florida State family back together. I think that's a big part of their tradition of college sports, which is being eroded, in many ways these days. So I love that you are a true Seminole. And tell me a little bit about what that means to you. And I know you were enjoying some times with some Seminole folks here in Tampa and our boosters here. It is a big family, and I love that you're cultivating that.
Yeah, it's a big part of why I took this job. It wasn't on my docket to come be a college coach. I was on a good path in the NBA. I'd enjoyed coaching at the pinnacle of basketball for some really good organizations. But once they called me and we started talking through it, as a family, and then obviously through the interview process. I care so much about this program, and I want Florida State basketball to get back to a point where we can compete with anyone in the country, and to be a part of that. I'm not the whole thing, but I got a piece of the pie, to bring back what I think and what I felt as a player, that this team can be competitive year in, year out against anyone in the country. And, it checks so many boxes career wise, but even more so, on an emotional level. For my wife was a student athlete. She was a swimmer. We stayed connected with not only the university, but the community in Tallahassee. We have so many close friends. And wherever I worked, and even when I was playing professionally, I was always rocking Seminole gear. I was always watching the games. I remember playing professionally in Belgium. We stayed up till 4 a.m. to watch the 2013 national title game, and we were they almost called the cops on us. We were going so crazy in our little condo in Belgium, but it means something to me, And you brought up Link, all these guys, like it means a little bit. We're going to do a good job because we care and we're competitive as coaches, but when you put something on that feels like family, you fight a little bit more and you care a little bit more, and you're willing to do a little bit more with less sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I truly appreciate you jumping on with us, and let's make a habit of this. We love Florida State. We love here in Tampa. I think we're the leading voice for Florida State. I know we are. So we got a lot of Seminoles that watch, that pay attention. So really appreciate you. Looking forward to watching your team tonight and making this an annual thing. I didn't know that, and we will do our very best to make sure we've been pumping it up all week. We're going to do it even more as the years go on and be supporting Seminole basketball. So we really appreciate you jumping on, Luke.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. We're gonna have a good game tonight, and hopefully we can keep this thing rolling for a few years to come. So thank you guys.
Gonna break that scoreboard. I'm not saying I'm taking 100%. The over, but I might be taking the over.
Yeah. Here we go. Back to betting. Here we go.
Well, if you can, send me your post practice condition list.
Yeah.
So whoever loses this, and we'll send you a video of whatever one of us is throwing up about a quarter of the way through it. So this is a real bet. It's on. So send me the conditioning list. I can't wait to see him run.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
All right.
There he goes.
Oh, God. After what I ate yesterday. Are you prepared for this?
No.
You prepared for 10 gassers?
I have no connective tissue in either one of my knees.
Oh, here we go.
I had open heart surgery 5 years ago.
You better damn well hope that your Aggies win tonight. That's all I'm saying.
It's all Aggies, man. Let's watch out. I didn't want to say it in front of Luke, but he's in for a rolling tonight.
I mean, I've bet on some games before, but I don't think I'll be rooting any harder than I ever have to avoid this conditioning list that he's about to send us. I mean, I'll post it, and we'll say, okay, will Timmy be able to handle this if the Noles win? Well, I'll be able to handle it if the Aggies win.
I have asthma, JP.
Here we go.
You tell me what Jimmy Johnson told that the player in 94 in training camp. The asthma field's over there, and then he cut him the next day.
The asthma.
So that is a quote from Jimmy Johnson to one of his players. He said, "I can't run sprints, coach. I have asthma." He said, "The asthma field's over there," and then he cut him the next day.
Well, you better put up a proxy then, because somebody's going to have to. If FSU wins, somebody's going to have to fulfill this.
I'll do it. I just might be walking my sprints. I'll be power walking. That's an Olympic sport.
Better. That'll be even better. Oh Lord!
I worked up a sweat just doing that.
Let's see if we got any other things here. Michael LaRue says Baker looks good to go for Sunday, and Clyde Jacanty was spotted at practice doing some conditioning work. Here we go. They're all coming back, baby. Buck's basement, you're going to have to eat your words.
I'm sure he gladly would.
The Lightning have hit the ice for pregame warm-ups. The Red Wings and Braden Point is still out. Yes, the Lightning are getting ready. Yeah, don't worry about them. They're in Detroit. Bolts have won 5 in a row, looking for 6. So let's go Lightning. All right. Thank you guys for joining us here on this Black Friday. Appreciate you. You can go shopping now. Go to the Golden Diamond Source. Get that $1,000 gift card match to get to $2,000. Come on, guys. You kidding me? Get your butt over there. This day only. And then tomorrow and Sunday, $500 you can turn into $1,000 at the Golden Diamond Source. So do not forget that. Love you guys over there at the Golden Diamond Source. All of our sponsors. Thankful for all of you and all the Petermans as well. We will be back on Monday with more fun and frivolity. See you then.